Hello everyone, Joanna here, and in today's video, I will be reviewing 7 new hype Middle Eastern perfumes. Actually, most of these perfumes are hyped already and some are really new and it's not yet that hype. Basically, this is part 3 of me reviewing 21 new Middle Eastern perfumes. So in case you haven't seen the other 2, I'm gonna link them down below and at the same time at the end of this video. Today's video is going to be controversial, so let's jump in. I'm gonna start with a banger, and this is AZM or AZM by Paris Corner. I don't know if I pronounce it right. This has been gifted to me by the brand and I was actually shocked as it came separately. 2 weeks ago, I received some fragrances from them included in the part 1 of this video. Anyway, guys, I was pleasantly surprised by this fragrance as when I received it, I have no idea what is it like and how it's going to be. I was very impressed at first spray because this fragrance is so beautiful. It is a beautiful blend of creamy white florals. Let me read you the notes, by the way. So it has pear, peach, mandarin, rum, tuberose, jasmine, sandalwood, vanilla, musk, and vetiver. Honestly, I don't really pick up rum in here. Neither pear, peach, mandarin. Maybe just a touch of fruitiness to give it freshness. But to me, guys, this is creamy white florals with an underlying creamy sandalwood, vanilla, and musk in the base. A very feminine, extremely likable fragrance that I think a lot of you will love. Now, this already was love at first sniff for me. And yeah, this is one of the best that I received from Paris Corner. I was actually surprised as well because looking at the bottle, I thought that it is going to be like a fruity summer perfume. Like the bottle is not really giving the vibes of the perfume that you're gonna get. But guys, this is a sophisticated, creamy jasmine, tuberose, and I'm also getting some lily of the valley in this fragrance with a perfect woodiness and creaminess coming from the sandalwood, vanilla, and musk. I absolutely love this fragrance. If you follow me on TikTok, I unboxed it with you guys and told you as well how much I love it at first sniff because it's really beautiful. It also performed very well. I have used it twice already as my scent of the day and I'm very impressed. This is extremely similar to Nishane's 100 Silent Ways. Now, I don't have 100 Silent Ways, the OG, but I have X, and I will say the creamy white florals coming from my 100 Silent Ways X is the same type that I get from here. I think if you enjoy feminine and creamy white florals, you will definitely love AZM. I am not the biggest fan of white florals and I love this fragrance, okay? This is a white floral scent that doesn't give me headache at all. I won't categorize this as a heady white floral scent, but instead a very well-balanced, creamy white florals with very beautiful vanilla and sandalwood in the base. Performance-wise is amazing. Guys, this lasts on me the whole day. And I didn't even have to overspray. Let's say, okay, I did maybe 8 to 10 sprays and it lasted me. I could really smell myself the entire day. And that's what I'm looking for in a fragrance. AZM didn't disappoint. I highly recommend this, number 1, as a beautiful, creamy, feminine, white floral scent, and at the same time, very solid dupe of 100 Silent Ways by Nishane. The closeness of this to the OG is like 98%, guys. So if you are looking for an affordable version of 100 Silent Ways by Nishane, I highly recommend you AZM by Paris Corner. And yeah, having said that, this is a feminine leaning fragrance. All right, next up is a hype fragrance, and this is Abiyedh Scarlet by Lattafa. Now, this is getting a lot of attention in social media because apparently It is duping Christian Louboutin's Fetiche La Rosée, and I haven't tried that fragrance yet, so I'm not gonna compare them side by side. Let me read you the notes first. So it has pink pepper, black cherry, white rose, peony, tonka bean, nutmeg, sugar, caramel, patchouli, and vanilla. Guys, this is beautiful. First of all, I am into roses. And second, I am also into cherry fragrances. Okay. So having said that, this is already guaranteed like for me. However, the way they sweetened up this fragrance with that sugar and caramel is just the way I like it as well. Plus, it also has that refreshing, watery touches of the peony that I'm loving. Now, I was quite surprised because when I went to Fragrantica, this fragrance is getting a lot of hate. And I saw that people find it too patchouli heavy. And even though, yes, I would say that the patchouli is quite present in here, on my skin, it is just in the background. To me, this is mainly cherry, rose, and peony. And I love it. Actually, you know what? This will be my scent of the day. Yeah, I'm going out to check out some houses with my husband for our business. So this will be my scent of the day. I love how versatile and at the same time feminine it smells like. I'm gonna describe this fragrance as a spicy, dark rose gem with some aquatic feels coming from the peony, sweetened by caramel and sugar. Now, I said sweetened by caramel and sugar, but don't think that this is a very sweet fragrance. Even though it is sweet, in my opinion, it is sweetened up to perfection. It is not gourmand. It is not cloyingly sweet, but just enough. The patchouli that I'm getting from here is like the patchouli that I get from a lot of designer fragrances, for example. So having said that, it is giving that fruit chuli DNA coming from the designer's market, plus the peony, rose, and black cherry. I won't really say that this is like, for example, like a date night scent, but instead more of like an everyday casual scent. You know, like I can imagine wearing this going to the office and my coworkers wouldn't think that, my God, she smells like a femme fatale. It has that captivating and charismatic vibes that I am really loving. I think if you're like me and you love roses, peony, and cherries in your fragrances, you will appreciate Anna Abiyedh Scarlet. And I will say as well that the texture of this is very similar to the Anna Abiyedh Coral. So having said that, there's something very watery about them. Watery yet long lasting. And yeah, I love it. I love how light and airy it feels, but it actually has a very good longevity. I would say projection is not a beast, but it's okay. It's moderate. It stays long on your clothes and I could smell myself the entire day. Yeah, I absolutely love this fragrance. If you follow me on Instagram and TikTok, you know as well that since I received it, I wore it 4 times consecutively. And that is something, guys, because I don't normally wear a fragrance consecutively because I test mainly perfumes on a daily basis. But yeah, Anna Abiyedh Scarlet is something that I am truly enjoying as of the moment. In my opinion, this is an easy reach, everyday, feminine fragrance. Not really femme fatale, but more of like a charismatic, jammy rose scent. So let's just say like fruit chuli, but in a way patchouli and cherry, plus jammy rose and peony. Once again, Anna Abiyedh Scarlet by Lattafa, and I find this fragrance feminine leaning. Alright, next up is a new perfume added in my collection. However, this fragrance is not very new, but it's also released this year. However, Khadlaj just sent it to me, and this is Cloud Candy. Now, I was always curious about this fragrance because not only the bottle is cute, but also because I heard that it is duping Kayali's Boujee Marshmallow. And I love that fragrance. Let me read you the notes. So it has strawberry, whipped cream, marshmallow, sugar, raspberry, vanilla, coconut, white musk, ambroxan, tangerine, and freesia. Now, this is definitely a strawberry, whipped cream, marshmallow, white musk, raspberry, and vanilla scent. Very fluffy and fruity at the same time. I saw coconut in the note breakdown. However, I don't get coconut from here. This is mainly a fluffy, fruity, vanilla marshmallow scent that is quite addictive. Now, I recently got this fragrance, so I think it didn't mature yet. As when it comes to longevity and projection, I would say it lasted me around 4 to 5 hours. But I know that as time goes by, this will even be better. I will say that it is lighter and airier to the feel compared to Yum Boujee Marshmallow. So if you find Yum Boujee Marshmallow a little bit cloying or sticky, I highly recommend you checking out Cloud Candy because this is like a lighter and airier version of that. Not really powdery, but you know, it's like a sweet powdery, almost like, how do you call that sugar? The sugar coating of the marshmallow. Yeah, that's the kind of sweetness that I get from here. And it smells like a strawberry marshmallow. A very beautiful, light and airy strawberry marshmallow scent that I am also liking a lot. Cloud Candy has an airy texture. I think this will be perfect for summertime or even like spring. And yeah, I really like this fragrance. Longevity and projection, as mentioned, it is moderate, lasted me around 4 to 5 hours. I think this will improve as it matures. Yeah, once again, Cloud Candy by Khadlaj. All right, next up is from Lattafa, and this fragrance is very hyped in social media already. Fire on Ice. And yes, there is an ice cube inside. I mean, of course, you know that it's not a real ice cube, right? But yeah, a very unique concept of a perfume bottle, I will say. And no, I haven't really used this fragrance. However, it came like this. And I think they did it like that in order to make way for the ice design inside. Anyway, let's talk about Fire on Ice. First of all, I was very excited to receive this fragrance because it's all over social media and apparently it is duping Killian's Angel Share Paradis. Now, I haven't tried that fragrance yet and I'm not gonna compare them side by side, but just gonna let you guys know what I think of it. So let me read you the notes. It has cognac, cinnamon, raspberry, rose petals, moss, caramel, oak, myrrh, and ambroxan. I'll be honest with you guys, this is not love at first sniff for me. I find it to be sweet and at the same time, there's something very rubbery about it. It's like rubbery and at the same time latexy scent that is quite hurting my nose, especially the opening, guys. And I think it has a very strong moss note as well that gave this fragrance like a very big contrast. Something I couldn't explain, but I'm not liking it because it seems like the notes are scattered. Like it has cognac, cinnamon, raspberry, and then there's also caramel, and in between them is something that smells a bit green, which is the moss. I think this perfume needs to mature. I like the DNA because basically it is Angel Share DNA. It is something very similar to Camera. So, you know, having said that, it's kind of giving like an apple pie, but instead of an apple pie, actually, I would say this is a warm and spicy raspberry pie instead with cognac. Cinnamon in here is very strong in the opening as well. And I can imagine people not liking it because, as mentioned, this smells very mismatched. Yeah, I think it has to mature. Then I can give you like my final thoughts about this fragrance. I think it is a nice scent DNA because it has that angel share DNA. However, I'm gonna tell you the truth. There's so many dupes of angel share right now, or let's just say not even dupes. So many brands are making a twist of that DNA already, including this, because Fire and Ice is basically angel share plus raspberry. And I just feel like even though it's nice, it is so overused now that I don't get excited for it. If you know what I mean. Are you with me? Do you feel the same? I mean, it is nice, but this DNA, like we've smelled it like 1,000 times already, especially this year. So yeah, having said that, this is an okay. Imagine apple and raspberry pie while also drinking cognac on the side, and you are having it like in the woods. The moss and the oak in here is giving that vibes. Something very foresty and, you know, gourmand. To me, it doesn't kind of make sense, to be honest. Yeah. So even though I appreciate the concept, the bottle, and the scent, of course, I think it has to mature, and it is, I hate to say this, not really worth the hype for me. Maybe my opinion will change later on. I won't say you shouldn't get this one, but yeah, I just feel like it is a mismatch of notes. And yeah, like something should put all the notes together. And I don't know, maybe there should be like a vanilla, because reading the notes, there's no vanilla in here. And yeah, that is my thought about Fire and Ice. Performance is amazing. I think this is the best when it comes to performance out of all the fragrances that I am reviewing today. And yeah, this is also unisex. Yep. That's my thought about Fire on Ice by Lattafa. All right, the next 4 fragrances are from Arabiyat Prestige, and I only have sample sizes of them. However, I think these fragrances are very interesting that I have to let you guys know about them. First is Bahiyat Ruby by Arabiyat Prestige. So the bottle should be looking like this, and I've kind of seen this bottle actually in social media. Normally, I'm a fan of the packaging of Arabiyat Prestige. I appreciate the concept, but I don't know. I'm not sure if I would love my perfume to be like in a, I don't know. This looks like the wine glass of the priest in the church. Yeah. Anyway, guys, let me read you the notes. It has blood orange, dark rum, mandarin, black currant, passion fruit, raspberry, caramel, patchouli, vanilla, and musk. And what can I say? This is very fruity patchouli musk combo that smells very versatile and not really summery. The main notes that I'm getting from this fragrance is definitely peach. However, I don't see it in the note breakdown, and I'm wondering why. Yeah. The passion fruit, yes, raspberry, and of course, orange. But to me, this is mainly peach. And I don't know, it is somehow giving like a grape scent as well. Yeah, I would say more of grapes and peaches, actually. And those 2 notes are not listed. This is a unique fruity fragrance. It has a very prominent patchouli in the base and musk as well. So it is kind of leaning to that fruit, chili, musk category. However, with like a prominent peaches and grapes. A beautiful fragrance, I will say. Apparently, this is duping Sangria by Lorenzo Pazzaflua, which I own. Now, I have compared these 2 side by side already, guys, and this is spot on, very similar. This is a kind of fragrance that I will recommend as a dupe of Sangria. Even performance, guys, this fragrance lasts. And Sangria lasts as well on skin and on clothes because this is an extrait de parfum. And I think all Lorenzo Pazzaflua perfumes are 40% oil concentration. I highly recommend Bahiyat Ruby as a dupe of Sangria. And this is a kind of fruity scent that is perfect, I think, for the fall. I don't know. There's something about this fragrance that smells like fall to me. Maybe it's because of the grapes that I'm getting from here. There's something about this fragrance that is giving like wine vibes, and anything related to wine to me smells like fall, because I live in a wine region here in Portugal, and we ourselves have a small vineyard, so we make our own wine. And every time we collect grapes, it is kind of like reminding me of the beginning of autumn, which is actually now. So yeah, this to me is definitely like a fall time scent because of that wine vibes. And yeah, a very beautiful, I would say sexy, fruity, patchouli musk scent that I think a lot of you will like. This fragrance is unisex, performance is amazing, and yeah, I like this one. Once again, Bahiyat Ruby by Arabiyat Prestige. All right, next up is Swar Venin. By the way, I got all these Arabiyat Prestige samples from DubaiCollection.eu, in case you're wondering. This is cherry rose scent combo. This to me is giving Delina vibes because of the rose plus a syrupy cherry. Imagine Delina from Parfums de Marly and Comfort's Lost Cherry. This has an underlying musk and patchouli in it. Like, it's the same patchouli and musk that I get from Bahiyat Ruby. To me, this is more of like fruity, but not cherry forward, if you know what I mean. The fruits that I'm getting from here is like orange and I don't know, maybe blackcurrant. The cherry is just in the background. The peony and rose in here are quite strong, and yes, it is giving that Delina rose peony combo. So yeah, it is a pretty scent. However, I'm not getting a full bottle of this because yeah, I have Scarlet already and it didn't struck me like that hard for me to feel like buying a full bottle, if you know what I mean. But it is nice. This is like an okay perfume, in my opinion. Yeah, peony, jammy rose, like orange, blackcurrant with a cherry nuance in the background. Yeah, the syrupy cherry is just in the background. Performance, it lasted me around 5 to 6 hours. So that's good. And yeah, Swar Venin by Arabiyat Prestige, and I find this fragrance feminine leaning. All right, next is Kohl Opulence, once again from Arabiyat Prestige. And let me read you the notes. So it has ginger, pear, bergamot, orange blossom, jasmine, woods, musk, vanilla, and amber. Okay, this is very fresh, light, and airy. I have used it the other day. I mean, it's nice, fresh, but I don't know, I think it's missing something. This is apparently duping ex Nihilo's blue Talisman. I have a sample of the fragrance. I compared them side by side. Yes, they are similar. This is just missing more oomph factor. Ginger, pear, and bergamot, yes, it's there, but it is very subtle. I would say this is more of like subtle white florals and pear musk combo kind of a scent. Very nice, inoffensive, light. However, when I compared it side by side with Blue Talisman, it's not that close, even though, yes, it kind of reminds me of it. But the dry down is completely different. The dry down of Kohl Opulence is muskier, and this fragrance didn't last on me really well. I would say very soft projection, and the longevity as well is around 4, maximum 5 hours. Well, I didn't overspray, okay? I've only sprayed it like 4 times on my left hand, and I just find it too light. Well, it is because I had Kohl Luminous on my other hand the other day. And with Kohl Luminous, wait, let me read you the notes. It has ginger, mango, lemon, rhubarb, jasmine, violet, praline, pink pepper, cedarwood, ambergris, tonka bean, and moss. And guys, this is strong. I think that's the reason why I didn't really care that much about Kohl Opulence, because I had Kohl Luminous on my right arm, and guys, this is a banger. It performs very well, and it has that sexy, addictive mango and ginger combo. That is a very famous DNA right now. Kohl Luminous is apparently duping God of Fire by Stephane Humbert Lucas, and this is pretty much spot on. Yeah, performance is amazing. When I wore this on my hand, not even like overspraying, it lasted the whole day, and I really smelled myself the entire wear. Luminous overpowered opulence. So having said that, I really like this one. If you're a big fan of that ginger, mango, and amber woody combo, like in God of Fire, you might enjoy Kohl Luminous. I love how the dark amber contrasted the zestiness of ginger and mango in here. It's very well balanced, very well blended. In my opinion, it didn't feel screechy at all. Very beautiful fragrance, guys. Yeah, that is my thought about Kohl Luminous. Highly recommend as a dupe of God of Fire, and highly recommend as well because not only it smells amazing, but it also performs. Lasted me the whole day. When it comes to Kohl Opulence, yeah, this is too light and airy, or maybe I didn't give it like enough chance yet, but I think I wouldn't be purchasing a full bottle of this because it just didn't give me like that buy me factor. However, it's a nice pear musky scent that I think perfect for those people who loves wearing inoffensive, soft, fruity musk scent. Yeah, and I find the last two fragrances, Kohl Luminous and Kohl Opulence, unisex. So that is the video for today, guys. Actually, I just realized that it's not 7 perfumes. I reviewed 8 perfumes in today's video, and that concludes the 21 new Middle Eastern perfumes that I've been testing out these days. What do you think of it? Did you find it useful? Did you find like a new favorite or like a new perfume to add on your wish list? Please let me know in the comments down below. Just to let you guys know, these two are like my big favorites, in my top 5 favorites out of all the 21 perfumes that I tested. If you haven't watched the other 2 videos that I'm talking about, I'm gonna pop them both in here. Once again, thank you all so much for watching, guys, and see you on my next one. Bye!